K7 returns.
America's #1 adventurer, K7, former United States secret agent who operated in 22 countries, on land, on sea, and in the air, brings you another story of today. Here is K7.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the troubled world of today, those who attempt to upset the peace between nations have many means at their disposal. One of the most powerful is the radio, and the illegal use of this medium has repeatedly brought nations to the verge of crises. Stories of the illegal use of radio overseas appear in newspapers frequently. The menace is very real. It is such a story which my old friend John Holbrook introduces now.
Thank you, K7. A few months ago, international spies succeeded in making the people of a nation, which we shall not name, distrustful of their government and their leaders. It was a carefully planned move, involving even the bribing of officials, and thousands of citizens were listening to the radio speeches of the agitators. These came on the air each afternoon and each evening. Our story opens as Special Agent Z and his assistant, Patricia Norwood, wait for such a broadcast.
It'll take a minute for the tubes to warm up, Pat.
But Z, how do you know when the broadcast will come on?
I don't know, and neither does anyone else, except the plotters. However, it's usually about now. Here, come over to this window.
All right.
You see the knot of people gathered down there?
Yes.
This thing has actually reached a point where the people crowd in front of stores and listen to what the agitators say on the broadcast.
But what of the police?
They make no attempt to break up the gatherings. I've even seen one listening. Pat, unless we act fast, there'll be revolution here. It's coming. The signs are unmistakable.
Hello, citizens.
Listen, Pat, here's the broadcast.
The men who head your government have again taken steps against you, the people they are supposed to represent. These criminals, so-called lawmakers, who take your money in taxes and give you nothing in return, have now taken further steps to curb your liberties. Daily they have blocked out these broadcasts, denying you the right to listen to the truth. However, tonight there will be a broadcast which will not be interrupted. It will come on the air at exactly 9 o'clock. It's a message that will be very important. Every citizen should listen.
Z, what does it mean?
I don't know, Pat.
This message will be repeated in an hour or two. Now I must warn you of another menace to your liberty. Your crooked lawmakers have today imported 2 spies. One who calls himself Special Agent Z, and a woman assistant.
You're talking of us.
Listen.
These 2 have been brought here to stop these broadcasts. They must be driven from the country. I want you to know them, and so I am going to describe them.
That's all, Pat. Shut it off. We're fortunate. That interference was caused by a government station coming on the air on the same wavelength. It's the method used to block out these broadcasts.
But he had just started to describe us, Z. How do they know, well, that we're here?
I don't know, Pat, but be thankful that our description didn't reach the people. We'd be mobbed on the streets. This is a carefully laid plot, and one that we've got to stop before night.
But how?
And listen carefully. The man, whoever he is, may have given us a lead when he said this message will be repeated within an hour.
Does that mean that he'll finish his description of us then?
Well, I don't know. But when he repeats his message, we'll be in a plane circling over the city. We'll use a direction finder and locate the part of the city the broadcast comes from.
You mean the radio direction finder will tell us where the transmitter is located?
Well, it'll give us a good idea. Now, let's get out to the airport. We've got less than an hour to get ready and get into the air.
A short time later, Z and Patricia Norwood took off in Z's plane and began to circle lazily over the city. Pat was at the plane's controls while Z worked over the radio direction finder. Both wore earphones.
It's been over an hour since the last broadcast, Z.
Yes, we should hear something soon.
Attention, all citizens.
Here it comes. It's weak. Circle to the left.
I'll swing at once, Z.
Urge to listen to a vital message to be broadcast by this station.
We're headed in the right direction.
This evening.
The signal's getting louder.
Need have no fear that
Keep
this
going
evening's
straight ahead.
broadcast
I will,
be
Z.
interrupted by interference, which has blocked our past messages to you. For on this occasion, we have taken steps to see that this
The
cannot
station
happen.
must be right under us.
The time
The signal
has
is
come
full.
to strike, to demand our rights.
There's the interference again. Cut off the radio. Now look below us.
A group of buildings. What are they, Z?
Those are the buildings of the Capitol, Pat.
The Capitol, the government building. But the broadcast couldn't come
No,
from...
it doesn't seem possible, does it? But we know officials have been bribed. Well, we'll soon find out. Turn back to the airport. We're going to land and do some investigating.